chords I could have included in the last soundbite when we went over the subject of slash chords is the chord F/G. And this is a chord that I often use when I see a G11th called for in a rhythm chart. Strictly speaking, 11th chords have 6 different notes in them, so it's pretty difficult to find complete voicings for them on the guitar. And when we do, the resulting chord is often a bit too muddy sounding, to be honest. So we almost always drop a couple of the notes from the chord formula. Looking at the anatomy of the G11th chord, you can see that if we drop the 3rd and 5th, we're left with a chord that can be described as F/G or F/G. So this way of seeing complex chords and finding simpler chords within them often provides you with a way of finding chord shapes that are both easier to play and actually sound better in most instances. Here's another way that this idea of finding chords within chords can be useful. Let's look at an F major 7th chord. It may have struck you how similar the sound of this chord is to A minor. Look at the chords on a stave shows you that the F major 7th can be thought of as A minor/F. The useful point about this is, if you've learnt a lick that works well over A minor, you can be certain that it'll work equally well over F major 7th. Optionally, you can modify the lick to acknowledge the difference between the two chords, landing first on the A notes and then on the F notes. So the ability to spot these chords within chords can be very useful when you're working out solos over chord changes. Another, slightly more unusual application of the chords within chords idea perhaps applies more to band leaders, musical directors, producers and arrangers. Looking at this C9th chord, we can see that it contains 2 different chords, a C major triad and a G minor triad. One way to exploit this observation is to divide up the C9th chord to be played by 2 different instruments. So, for example, in a band with 2 guitarists, instead of having them both play C9th, I might divide the task up so that one guitarist plays a C major, while the other plays a G minor. The audience will hear the end result as a very rich sounding C9th chord. Or as a music producer, I might decide to have the guitar play a C while the keyboards plays a G minor. There are hundreds of these chords within chords to discover. Play a C at the same time as a G minor 7th and you get a C11. Play a C7th at the same time becomes a D minor, and you get a C13th, and so on. I strongly recommend exploring this for yourself. The easiest way is to sit down with pencil and paper and just start by analysing a few different chord formulas to search for chords within chords. Then pick up the guitar and develop a few playing ideas based on your discoveries. I promise you it's a very rich vein to mine. If you found this lesson interesting, please click on the like button if there is one, or leave a comment. And do feel free to share the video with your friends. And if you'd like to gain full access to all our guitar teaching materials, please visit the Secret Guitar Teacher site and take a free look round at what's available. See you again soon.